Surya just didn't utilize it.
That is absolutely not Hardik. So if player
He needs to perform, and even his spot can be dangerous.
utilize him
Two
well.
changes, two debutants. T20I series, and it's one apiece. Fasten our seatbelt folds because the last two games is also expected to be crackers as well. I have Deepu with me. I have Jian as well. Welcome to the show. Third T20I, and firstly, reflecting to the second one, was it India who lost the game, or was it a powerful performance by South Africa, Jian?
No, India lost the game. I would say. Even scoring 125 and they're trying to defend that total. I mean, how we have seen that teams in IPL also have defended low totals, and we were at a stage that we should have wrapped up this game inside 15 or 16 overs maximum. With the way we were bowling, especially Varun Chakravarti, absolute magnificent spell, 5 for 17
Yeah.
in his four, absolute class. And I think Bishnoi supported him very well. I was a bit shocked that Akshar Patel was only given 1 over, and I feel he should have, maybe bowled the 17th and the 19th over, at least given him 2 overs over maybe Avesh Khan or Arshdeep Singh.
So you're
If
saying
Avesh,
Akshay should have bowled in place of Avesh Khan, and you know Avesh Khan more
it,
than
it,
anyone else.
it was no, no, it was very evident what kind of bowling was seen on, on the screen, because bowling length balls and shorter deliveries to, Cords and obviously Tristan Stubbs both. It is almost, it is both of them are hitters. I mean, even Godze, he saw what kind of batting he did. He supported Stubbs. Stubbs came out of his defensive zone and started smashing the ball. And once the the required run rate came down to below 6, so I think it was an easy task for them. So I think it was poor bowling, and I think kind of I will say it was a bit of poor captaincy also from Surya Kumar. But it's still early, so I think
Early days, yeah.
they'll figure it out definitely. But the approach to the game, brilliant, brilliant.
Absolutely. It was just very low total, 125 as you mentioned, and still giving a fight back to a very small ground in South Africa at their own end. It was just sensational. A point you mentioned, I would ask the same to a Delhi Capitals fan as well. Deepu, same point which was just arised by Jian. Akshar Patel just been given 1 over. Similarly, same thing happened in the first T20 as well. What's the point of having him in the side then? You could have easily played Ramandeep Singh or an extra batter then if you're not playing, if you're not giving the ball to Akshar Patel. What is your thoughts? It's like Jian at the end said, a little bit of poor captaincy. Do you agree to that point?
Well, I completely agree with it. They are not utilizing him properly, neither in the batting department nor in the bowling department, especially in the bowling, because he is the talk of the town, and the reasons why that he has that ability to contain the runs in the end overs. And even if he would have gone for the runs, we would have still taken it, because we know that Avesh is definitely leaking them. He's not the same Avesh Khan that we saw with
Yeah,
Delhi in 2021.
absolutely.
Even for the Royals, he'll agree with me with the performances that he gave for the Royals this season. So I think it's important that Surya also realizes that if the pace if one of your bowlers is not informed, just let him just have some rest, and he can prepare himself for the next one. So yeah, I'll completely agree with it that Surya just didn't utilize it. But yeah, it's the early days, and I think it was his first loss as the full-time captain, not looking at the previous chat
Yeah,
where he was as a
correct.
stand-in captain. So yeah, he'll learn. These mistakes happen, and I'll definitely take these type of losses instead of taking a one-sided one.
Absolutely. We fought back really well, and still we ended up at going. The game went on to the wire, but still we fought really well and then lost the game. That's fair enough. But Jian, we mentioned before as well, Sanju Samson, back-to-back hundreds. Man is in a form of his life. After two back-to-back hundreds, had to be on the card of a law of average score.
See, I would not really blame that because the
No, it's
pitch
not
was
about
not
blaming,
play.
but it's one of day can we expect in the office?
See, as I said, that slow pitch and turning wicket, a low scoring wicket, maybe covered that part of his low score here, and he wouldn't be questioned too much because there were a string of low scores. We saw Hardik also struggling with timing, especially after defending, and he almost, I would not say wasted, but he utilized 39 deliveries and scored a mere few runs. So I think it was
No,
difficult
he
to get
consumed 45 deliveries and scored 39.
45 deliveries. Exactly. So I think striking below 100 in a T20 game, that is absolutely not Hardik. So if a player like Hardik not getting that touch in the death overs and trying and defending balls inside, like I remember there was a moment when he told us, you enjoy there, and he started defending for the next 10 deliveries. So I think not. It will be too harsh for him. Obviously, we know what Sanju is capable of, and at top order, he's looking comfortable. He's looking settled, and very unlikely to be dropped right, as of now. for sure, because scoring two back-to-back hundreds in South Africa, one in the ODI series in January and the other one in the T20 now. So I think a good player, but I think still I think a few 50s in between, or few cameos would, I think, maybe cement his spot completely in that spot.
Okay, so you're still backing him, but similarly, another question I just want to add on to that as well. Sanju Samson has batted majority of his career in this format at number 3. Do you think opening the innings is the best position? Keeping in mind, if he does, you have a brilliant chance at Rajasthan Royals as well to have Sanju and Yashasvi opening together.
See, Sanju, filling Josh Butler's position is going to be very difficult. It is, that player of that caliber, you need to have that kind of budget also to get, and we don't have a big budget. So I think you have to use from what is there. So player like Sanju is obviously showing signs of opening. Okay, so you need to utilize it and immediately get it. So you can, maybe get a middle order batsman, maybe a player who can bat at number 3 or maybe a number 5, who will not come at a big budget. Maybe like a
Mhm.
Marcus Stoinis, someone like a Marcus Stoinis who even can bowl. So,
Yeah.
it eases a lot of pressure off that head, because, Yashasvi and Sanju, both can do a big damage, and obviously they can both, if they are well, if they are sealed, they can open both for India as well as RR. So I think they should look at that point of view as well.
Okay, fair enough. You have given your verdicts when it comes to Sanju Samson, where he should bat. Similarly, his opening partner in this T20I series, Deepu, Abhishek Sharma, I think concerns a little bit comes back to him after his 100, that scintillating knock at Zimbabwe, because I think this is his best opportunity to capitalize on getting runs under his belt, because Yashasvi Jaiswal is playing for the test side. When he comes back into this format, he's expected to replace him. So if he gets runs on a consistent basis, then he will have a little bit of debate of his position. Otherwise, it's clean sweep that Yashasvi will take the spot. What's your thought on Abhishek Sharma and his, you can say, the approach at the top of the order?
I think the time is taking on him, to be honest. Even though it's early days, but the approach that he's showing of, okay, he's an aggressive batter, but sometimes he looks reckless, to be honest. And in the second game, he looked reckless. I think he got a top edge and got out at short fine leg. So just shows that the mindset is not there. It was just a mindless log, hoping to clear the boundary, but it didn't happen. So I think he needs to just have some time with himself, and can focus on his game again, talk to UV if required, because he's playing on these grounds where Yuvraj used to smash sixes for fun. So I feel it's important that he at least look himself at the mirror, because he's donning the India jersey, filling the shoes of someone like a Rohit Sharma. So Sharma replacing another Sharma. You need to carry on that legacy as well. You have that pressure, but if not looking at those things, you have most important, you are wearing an India jersey, so it's important that he respects that place, because obviously there are many other players lined up. With Gill is obviously there,
Correct.
Yashasvi is there, or even a Ruturaj is an unlikely option as of now. Even an Ishan Kishan. If I add to that list, the list continues to grow on. So
Absolutely.
he needs to know that there are plenty of people lined up who can take up his spot easily. So yeah, he needs to
Absolutely,
just
that
focus.
is true. That because in any position, any player, you know that there is a backup just behind your back as well. Fair enough, to be honest, when he said about the backups of Abhishek Sharma. To be honest, Centurion is the third T20I which is going to be hosted. Jian, you know these conditions. We all know these conditions. What plays out? No more slow tracks like it was in the previous T20. A belter of a surface. What's your thought? Win the toss and chasing is the right approach.
See, toss is in not hands, but yeah, if you win the toss, definitely go with that, because you don't allow South Africa to chase. Because we saw what they did in the last game. They just give them a bit of momentum, a bit slightest of the momentum, and they snatched the opportunity and from us, and they took the game away from us. So similarly, in
So
the
was
first
this?
T20,
I'm
what
sorry
you
to cut you. What was the same momentum which you said was not given in the final of the T20 World Cup?
definitely, like, they no, but the bowling was there. We had some senior bowlers with the likes of Jasprit Bumrah and Arshdeep Singh, who and even Hardik. They changed the momentum, obviously, and maybe
And
that
even
tag
Rishabh
of
Pant.
getting, no, definitely, and obviously, who will forget his lovely injury which he had. And so, no, but the thing is that mental block of coming in a final and choking in a final, obviously, that is obviously going to get into the head. But here it's a different thing. But if you see in the first game, if you see that there was a big difference between both the games. That first game, we didn't allow them only to come into the game at all. From ball number 1 till the last ball they were bowling. I think they were nowhere in the game. We kept taking regular wickets. We didn't allow them. We didn't allow Klaasen to settle in. We didn't allow Markram to settle in. Even if they were trying to build a small partnership, it was instantly broken. But here in the second T20, we saw after taking 7 wickets and after getting back into the game, we gave them minimum momentum, slight change in captaincy by giving the pacers in, and everything changed. See, it is very minute difference you saw between both. So I think here we do not want to allow South Africa to come into the game at all. So might as well just utilize if we win the toss, utilize the best,
Mhm.
chase, bowl well in the starting, like restrict them to a moderate total. Obviously, we know, but if it's a fast track, they would not show any mercy. Definitely with that new flat pitch, all balling coming onto the bat. Definitely, it is going to be a big scoring game, at least 180, 190 plus, and even maybe 200. And then maybe chase well with the bat. We have to show no. And as Deepu said, the we Abhishek Sharma definitely has to step up this game because his time is running out because we have a lot of players who are waiting by. There is Ruturaj Gaikwad. There is even likes of Yashasvi Jaiswal. There is Shubman Gill. A lot of players are waiting in line.
Absolutely. There are so many players waiting in the line. You said if you are winning the toss, you're electing to chase. Toss is never in your hands. So we'll move on to that. But players to watch out for, starting with Team India and Deepu, here are my three players to watch out for. Abhishek Sharma, as we've spoken about, has to get going and get runs under his belt. Rinku Singh had a wonderful opportunity the previous game to get some runs under his belt, but could not convert. And similarly, Ravi Bishnoi, because his spin partner is creating heroics at the middle, is Varun Chakrabarti. I want the leg spinner as well to go get some wickets under his name. What are your thoughts?
Pretty much the same, to be honest. Very unlikely that we go with the same picks. So obviously, congratulations to that. But yeah, I'll go with the same picks too because Abhishek definitely needs some runs. Even Rinku, it's heartbreaking to see him struggle after what
Correct.
he did last year in the IPL and for India. Vishnu, I
And
feel.
also the last score he made at this venue in the T20Is as well.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely Rinku is there. He needs to perform, and even his spot can be dangerous because there is a Ramandeep waiting there, and there are many others. Outside the playing 11 in the NDI or the whatever stuff they are playing. They are also waiting for the chances. Vishnu, I feel is becoming more of a container in this series, so I would want some aggression from his side too because we need
Wow.
spinners to pick up wickets in the middle because as of now the pace department looks a little bit light with no Bumrah,
Mhm.
and even Hardik is also not in the best of rhythms in terms of pace bowling. So yeah, I would want our spinners to do the maximum damage as much as possible.
Absolutely. Spinners to do maximum damage, which has been so far deployed for Team India. Moving on to the home side, which is South Africa, and their three players to watch out for. I'm expecting young Ryan Littleton to get some runs under his belt. Marco Jansen, a very, very important player, to be honest, in the playing 11 for South Africa. He has to get going with both bat and ball, and David Miller. Where has Killer Miller gone all of a sudden, not performing well in the IPL, similarly in the World Cup, and similarly in the series so far? Gian, my three picks. What's yours?
I think long off has stuck in his ears. I think it's still running big time. So jokes apart, but I think you cannot count this guy out. He can change the momentum of any kind of a situation, and as long as he's batting, any total can be chased. Any can be chased, as I said. And apart from that lovely final and that last over out, but the one name I would add here is still whatever the thing is, I would add Aiden Markram because his record at Centurion has been magnificent, and if he scores big, he can score 100 over here. Trust me,
Okay.
if he gets going, it can be a big score, and it is going to be very difficult to maybe get wickets or maybe stop the contention of runs. And yeah, he has been struggling as of now, but if that momentum gets going, if he gets into the 30 or 40s mode, and if he's not stopped early, he can be a big blow. And trust me, he's not been spoken of much in this series because of his uh 50-50 form. But as I said,
Correct.
if he picks that form, if he gets that SA20 form back, which he had, he's going to be it is going to be unstoppable, literally.
To be honest, he's a top class player. But yes, form has been a concern for Aiden Markram, the current South African skipper. But moving into the predicted playing 11, here it is, starting with Team India. Abhishek Sharma, Sanju Samson, Surya Kumar Yadav, Tilak Verma, Rinku Singh, Hardik Pandya, Akshar Patel, Varun Chakravarti, Ravi Bishnoi, Arshdeep Singh, and I'm going for a debut for Vijay Kumar Vishak. Changes for you, Jian, first of all. I've made one.
two
Are you going with the
two
same one?
changes
Two changes?
two
Okay, what's yours?
changes I will have both the debutants come in.
Is it Ramandeep Singh for?
Ramandeep Singh for Arshdeep Singh. Oh no, maybe Yash Dayal for Arshdeep Singh and Ramandeep Singh for Avesh Khan.
Okay, Ramandeep Singh for Avesh Khan, which means you're expecting Akshar Patel to bowl 4 overs or with his quota, who is not giving
Has
more
to
than
bowl. Has to bowl. Has to bowl. He is not bowled much in this series. 1 over in the last game, 1 or 2 overs in the previous game. I mean, that is not acceptable. I mean, you
okay.
need
So
to
you're going with
utilize
two
him well.
changes, two debutants. Deepu, what's yours?
I'll get Yash Dayal in place of Avish. That was an
Okay,
obvious change. I was thinking of picking up Ramandeep, but couldn't find a spot because currently Akshar Patel comes in. Because if I drop an Akshar Patel or a bowler for him, my bowling becomes light, which is already light
correct.
to be honest. So yeah, Yash Dayal comes in place of Avish.
So just one change for you. You are also
Yeah.
going with one debutant. Yes, they are for Avesh
Yeah.
Khan. Jian is going for two debutants and very, very bold picks by him, to be honest. Moving on to their opponents, South Africa playing 11, and here is mine. Reza Hendricks, Ryan Rickelton, Aiden Markram, Tristan Stubbs, Henrik Klassen, David Miller, Marco Janssen, Andy similarly, Gerald Kodzi, Keshav Maharaj, and Nakamba Peter. An unchanged 11 for South Africa is what I'm going with because of the way they won the second T20, though it was not a good display with the bat. Jihan, I'll come back to you once again. Is there any chance for somebody like a Deno and Ferreira coming back into the side?
In place of whom? That is the question. In place of whom? They were playing on a slow rank turner, not rank turner, I would say slow wicket, and yet they could, chase the total with. There was batting till Gerald Coetzee, so there is. I don't see Donovan Ferreira coming in over here at any point because Rickelton is looking okay. Riza, like this one, Aiden Makram is looking okay. So I don't see any changes. I don't see Ferreira
So
coming in.
no
I think
changes
they
for
will
you.
go with the
You're going with
same 11, same 11, same 11.
unchanged 11 for you, according to you, for South Africa 11. So there it is. Moving on to predictions time now, ladies and gentlemen. It's 13th of November. India versus South Africa at the Centurion. Starting with Deepu. Who is leading the series moving on to the decider? India or South Africa?
Uh, I'll go with India 60-40 to be honest.
Okay.
I believe after this loss we can come back strongly. Even though South Africa they are a beast at home and especially at Centurion, and even I'm expecting a change in that African lineup. To be honest, I can
Okay.
see a room for an Otinel Bartman coming in place of Similane
Okay.
because of the
That's a
bounce
good pick.
that can be there at Centurion. So yeah, I
I was
feel.
surprised
But
he did
still,
not play in the first game,
yeah.
second T20, but maybe there's a niggle or something like that. If he's fit, he should come back into the side. Going with 60-40 to India, 2-1 India leading the series, moving into the decider. Is it the same I'm expecting from Jihan as well?
India win totally.
India win totally is what Jian is saying without a doubt. Both of them are backing the men in blue led by Surya Kumar Yadav at Centurion to win the game, move into the decider, leading the series 2-1. Thank you so much, Jian. Thank you so much, Deepu. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this one. India versus South Africa 30-20 at Centurion on the 13th of November. Sit back and enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much and bye-bye. India versus South Africa 30